everyone, it's Sherry, and today I'm excited to share with you a couple of cards that I made using the Tutti Designs Christmas word tree die. I have recently been added to their design team, and this is my very first video for Tutti Designs. I ran the die through my die cutting machine with some Neenah Solar White 110 pound 3 times, and then I used some Bristol in which I adhered some stick-it adhesive on the back, and I ran that through my die cut machine as well. As you can see, I left that last die cut intact so that it would be easier for me to add my Distress Oxide inks. The first one I used was Fossilized Amber, and now I'm going to come in with some peeled paint, and yes, this is going to be in rainbow order. Everybody needs a Christmas rainbow. So I'm going back in and I'm blending the Fossilized Amber a little bit into the peeled paint, and then I'm going to bring in the peacock feathers, and I'm going to blend that right underneath the peeled paint. And basically I am just doing every word tier, if you will, of the die cut in a different color. Now I'm bringing in some Salty Ocean, and I'm going to blend that up into the peacock feathers, and I'm just using the little finger daubers to do this. And now I've moved on to the Wilted Violet, and I do tap off just so I don't get you know, the big blotchy spot that you get if you go straight to the paper. And I'm going to blend that up into the peacock feathers, and then we will move on to the next color, and that is going to be the Candied Apple. I thought it was pretty ironic that that color ended up on the word Christmas. It was not intentional. I was just going in rainbow order, but I like that happened. And I'm going to darken up that color just a little bit. It was not dark enough for me, so I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to blend that up into the Wilted Violet. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring in the Spiced Marmalade, and we'll complete the sponging at the bottom of the tree. Blend that up into the Candied Apple a little bit, and my tree is all colored up now and looks a hot mess. But once you pop it out, it is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to pop out all of the little negative pieces here, and I'm just using my reverse tweezers. You can use a pokey tool of whatever sort you may have. And I am not going to make you watch this entire portion of me poking this out, because the stick adhesive is on the back. It does take me a little bit of time because it's a little resistant. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Nuvo adhesive, and I'm just going to dot it around one of the die cuts from the Neenah Solar White, and I am going to proceed to stack the 3 white ones on top of one another. And get each one of them lined up using the liquid adhesive. It gives you a little bit of time so you can move it around and get each one perfectly placed. So I have all the white ones adhered, and now I'm going to peel off the release paper from the stick-it adhesive. And I have to say, it's pretty hard to see on the back of this Bristol. So I'm having to fiddle a little bit and feel my way around to ensure that I've removed all of that release paper. And there we go. And now I'm going to line that up on the stack of white trees. And we will move on to finishing up this card. Basically, I just wanted to show you a couple of different ways to get some depth and dimension with the die cut. And this is one way, by cutting out multiples and gluing them all together. So I have a top folding A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm using some Fawn watercolor wishes paper. I'm going to add my Nuvo adhesive. Again, I do like to use the liquid adhesive here as well, because I can get it perfectly placed. And this is some glitter paper that I found in my stash of cardstock, and I've cut that one to I believe it's 3 3/4 by 5. And then I'm simply going to place some liquid adhesive again on the back of the die cut, and then position that on the front of my card. Very clean and simple card. Press that down, make sure it's adhered really well. And then if I turn it sideways here, you can see how that just pops up off of the card front. It's almost like a chipboard. So for card number 2, it's the same size card. And I have also cut the same size panel out of some Fawn perfectly plaid rainbow paper. I'm going to cover the entire front of the card with that. And again, I have the same size glitter paper that I'm going to add to the middle. And I'm going to get that adhered down. And this time I cut out an extra die cut out of some black cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I also have some stick-it adhesive on the back of the colored one, and I am going to adhere those together and offset them just the slightest little bit. And when I place that onto the glitter cardstock, look at how that just pops. That always just amazes me. So I'm going to make sure that that's adhered really well. I've added some liquid adhesive, and now I am going to glue that onto my card front, and I'm going to place a couple of acrylic blocks on top just to make sure that it adheres really well. And these are my 2 cards. Thank you so much for joining me today, and be sure to hop on over to TUTTIdesigns.com and see what they have to offer. All of the supplies that I've used are listed below in the description, as well as over on my personal blog. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.